Okay, so this is your spread. As you know, you're an ace of diamonds and a three of clubs. So here you have your ace of diamonds spread for the year. Here you have your three of clubs spread for the year. These are your Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune periods. They all have a different impact on your year in terms of the energy plus the cards. Um, just quick refresher on your cards. Remember, you're an ace of diamonds, so you have a karma of two of diamonds. So ace of diamonds is really here to initiate things of value for people, bring forth something out of nothing. Diamonds is like creating business. A big Aries card of the deck, so you have a lot of, I mean, obviously you're an Aries, but you have that Aries energy pretty much throughout. You have to trust your own instincts. A lot of Ace of Diamonds have issues with self-confidence and self-worth, and they measure their self-worth based on their bank account. And you gotta feel in your gut what you should be doing and go with that to measure your self-worth. So it could really hurt you mentally to always be doing that. Um, your good karma is the Ace of Hearts. So this is like throughout your lifetime. Ace of Hearts makes you good at being alone. Like it's kind of a gift that you get, and you could easily walk away from things and be by yourself. Whereas like a two wouldn't actually be able to do that. Um, your three of clubs is your second card, and the three of clubs is known for really having difficulty sometimes worrying. So they get a lot of anxiety because there's three. Three is a Gemini number. And what they have to do is they have to express themselves, they have to be creative, and they need to line up these three clubs in a row and download whatever messages they're getting from the universe. But it's a huge worry card. These people can have panic attacks. So you have to give yourself grace if you're ever going through that, because that's just the three energy with clubs. Clubs rules the mind, and three is a Gemini number, which rules the mind. So it's kind of like double trouble. Um, this amount of worry a lot of times should be transformed through like writing or creativity in your jobs, speaking. So just be aware of that energy. The great thing about the three of clubs is they get the gift of the king of diamonds for their lifetime, which means you're really good at running your own business. So that's what you kind of thank that card, that energy for that. You will be good at being the king of the business and being responsible for it and making money that way. Very good business sense. The five of diamonds as your karma is going to tell you that you need to work on stepping outside of the box and expanding the way you make money, expanding the way you bring value to people, and being more like an explorer, experimenting a little bit. The fives are, you know, since it's your karma card, it's difficult for you, but you want to go for more of a freedom approach. Fives love freedom, they love experiences, and being okay with messing up sometimes. So that's kind of what that five of diamonds karma means for you. All right, so let's go through the year. All right, so this is starting for in a few days, your next birthday. First of all, for the year, you have a king of spades long range card and a four of clubs long range. Your long range cards are going to be neutral in how they affect you, but you have really good ones. So these are more like your goals for the year, something that's going to be with you all year. It's going to be on your mind. But when you have the king of spades as your long range card, you can pretty much accomplish anything. And you can accomplish anything, you have to write it down, you have to actually take action. The biggest mistake someone with a king of spades long range makes is that they don't step into the power that they have, they don't step into that responsibility. And you just have to do it. You just have to jump into things and do it because you have the blessing of this King of Spades, which is the most powerful card in the deck, with you to pretty much make you successful. Spades rules work, it rules consciousness, it rules your lifestyle. So you have that King of Spades with you. The Four of Clubs pretty much is gonna give you a year of like mental stability, general satisfaction, especially in your mind, organization, and just like protection for the year, especially in the way that you're thinking. So any 4 is a really good card too. It's a satisfactory card. All right, so you have that King of Spades here. I also want to point out your environment card is the King of Clubs. This is a card that you get all the blessings from this card, so you don't get any of the downside of this. And what that means for the King of Clubs is you really get the you get all the benefits of being able to tell the truth, being able to teach, being able to write, being able to run your own business as well. The king is, a leadership role in this spot. So if you're doing anything new, the king pretty much guarantees that you'll be able to be like a master. A king of knowledge is what the King of Clubs is. You could be promoted to higher positions at work or take higher positions. And then I wanted to point out this 10 of Diamonds. This is what I was telling you earlier about 10 of Diamonds displacement. When you displace a card, each year you displace a card, you sit in their spot in the spread for the entire year. And I want to show you where the 10 of Diamonds sits. It sits right in the middle of the spread. It's the Jupiter card of the spread. Jupiter is all good. It's expansion, it's career, it's gifts, and it's called the most blessed position. So when you have this 10 of Diamonds for the year, you're supposed to make wishes, write down what you want. It could even include you like receiving a big lump sum of money. And this is the year to, it's the most blessed position. So ask for what you want and you're going to get it. Going along with this spread, it's a really big deal. This happens a couple times for some people, maybe just twice. For others, 3 times, but it's big. So when it happens, you have to take advantage of it, and you can start right now, really. All right, so let's go through your year. All right, so starting with your Mercury period on your birthday, Mercury is quick. It rules like your thoughts and transportation and your mind. But it's the first 52 days of your year. It usually goes by really quickly. You have interesting cards here based on the context of what you've been telling me at work, but you do have an end of work card, but you also have a change of job card. So that influence is right here. Now, when I look at the change of job card, you have a 4 underneath it. That's going to give you satisfaction in that change, especially with your mind. You're going to be satisfied with that move, with whatever that change is. And with this 9 of Spades here, 9 means endings and Spades is work. It means the end of work. It might be sudden, but you have an 8 of Spades underneath it and a King of Clubs. So 8 of Spades is the power to overcome anything. It's one of the power numbers. It's a really good card to have for overcoming any difficulty. And then you have the King of Clubs there too, which is like assuming a leadership role. So one interpretation of this is I leave my job and I actually take a leadership role, and that change makes me really happy or satisfied. So that's what I'm seeing from March until May 13th. May 13th, Venus. You have this 8 of Spades here again. That's powerful for, like a good social life. Venus rules the home. Venus rules feminine experiences or business with women or working from home. So you could have that too. you have a seven of clubs here, which is just going to tell you like make sure you maintain a positive attitude, and even if things are tough, you have to take a more spiritual and unattached approach to outcomes so that you can benefit in that period. And it's just like not trying to control everything, and staying positive. Really, that card is just stay positive. It could be really positive, it could be really negative. What I wanted to bring you to was your Jupiter period. So that's basically like how you make money for the year, and it affects you all year, but it gives you a clue into like how you could be really good in business or how you can make money. So, the five of clubs is going to be like change in profession. And when it's in Jupiter, you only get the good things in Jupiter. So you changing profession equals good. That expands you. It gives you more freedom. 5 is a freedom number. It should give you better financial returns by doing that. There's the Queen of Diamonds underneath, which is the Queen of Business. So it would be profitable for you to change jobs this year. This 3 of Hearts also tells you to like follow your heart and line up your heart in one direction, and you'll be rewarded that way as well. The worst thing we can kind of do is be in between two like directions, and with your heart, you want to line that up straight. It also can mean that you have really good charms socially, so that'd be good for groups, right? Like where you're teaching or coaching or presenting. And underneath there's the 8 of Diamonds, which is unlimited, like infinite money, basically. 8 is the number of infinity, and diamonds is value or money. So you have that 8, that power number again there, which is good. Your other Jupiter column here is the 4 of Spades. 4 means satisfaction, and Spades is work. And it's in Jupiter, which is the work professional period. So, the way I see it is you might have an ending, but you're going to be satisfied work-wise, and you have, again, this 5 of Clubs, which is a change card. So if it's in Jupiter and you see like a 5, you definitely should be changing. It will benefit you. There's no better time to be doing that. All right, I'm just looking at your other cards right now. You have a 5 of Diamonds in Uranus starting 10/16. Uranus is like an unpredictable time, but it also rules real estate and new technology. It's like an Aquarius experience we have. But when you have the 5 of Diamonds here, it would tell you that, you might have a change that you're trying to make. Let me just double check here. No, this is in your Saturn period. Sorry. Forget that portion. Uranus here, 3 and a 9. Ace of Clubs, 8 of Hearts. You have good Neptune cards, 10s and 8s. 10 is successive work, especially if you're like traveling for work. And 8 of Hearts makes you really good in social groups. Okay, I wanted to point to your Pluto and your result for the year. So your Pluto is like this deep transformation that is required of you each year. You start to feel these 2 cards, they're a combination, starting like around your Saturn period, so like 10/16, up until through Neptune. So the last, 5 months, let's say, 4 months. So you have a 7 of Diamonds, which means that this year you need to kind of look at addressing your attachment to money or relationship with money. That's just what this card signifies, is attachment to money, and to take a more spiritual approach or have a more spiritual relationship with money, knowing that you'll always be protected and that you'll always have enough. Really hard for a diamond to do, an ace of diamond. So that's something that is like Pluto. You really have to dig deep and meditate on that and try to write down what you're what you have gratitude for, and try to make yourself believe and understand that there is enough money that will flow into you. And I think the way you do that, once you do that, you get the result. And the result for you is a Queen of Clubs, which is the mother of knowledge, teaching, presenting, writing a book. She shares her knowledge. She's very psychic. And when it's attached to a 7, 7's a very spiritual number. So heck, you could even write a book on, relationships with money too, if you wanted, or whatever subject you want to write on. It'd be something though. Whenever you see the Queen of Clubs in that position, it's like you probably are gonna write a book, publish something, or you're gonna be like the queen, the authority on information and what you're doing for work. Okay, and then your other Pluto result is, so you have a Pluto of the Queen of Diamonds. The Queen of Diamonds is known for overspending at times. She also has concerns about money in a big way a lot of times based on her spread. So like your two Plutos that are the transformation work that has to be done this year is concern about money, relationship with money, knowing that there's enough. So first of all, you don't want to overspend. And when you do that and you start to get a more positive relationship with money, you get the 4 of Diamonds, which means financial protection, financial satisfaction. It doesn't mean you're going to have like millions of dollars, but it means you're going to have what you need. So I think that's, interesting. Pluto is just something that every day you have to think about, those 2 cards, and then when you work through that, you get the results. So teaching, publishing, coaching, the results of financial protection. Let me see if there's anything I missed. You're ending a 7-year cycle this year. Well, after this birthday. So you are in a Neptune year, and you should start to be feeling the impacts of Neptune. Not Neptune, but the Pluto and the result cards for your 7-year spread. So just real quickly, the Pluto for the last 6 years has been keeping a positive attitude, not being attached to mental outcomes, or learning how to pivot and adjust the way you think about life, things. Doing this ideally should lead to the perfect ideal love affair or partner. It could just be a good friend too, but taking a more positive approach, rethinking the way you've approached things like love could lead to the perfect partnership. 10 of Clubs is success of work card for your other Pluto card. It also means learning not to overthink, not to overdo it, not to double cross yourself. 10 of Clubs is like the card that the mind can just explode. So learning to control your mind and really not to get too exaggerated could lead to the lining up of your heart, having good experiences meeting others, expressing yourself better with people, not having indecision over love. That might be another one. With the 8 of Spades underneath there, though, I would feel like maybe it has to do with work, especially since this is like the success of the mind card. Controlling your mind, not letting it get too out of hand, could lead to good creative expression with work being really successful and powerful. That's kind of a guess on that. There's like the relationship aspect and then there's the work aspect. But yeah, you're ending this 7-year cycle in a Neptune year. You have the King of Spades right here, your long range. And then you're going to go, starting with your birthday in 2025, into a completely new 7-year cycle. And that cycle is going to bring all new cards for you. I'm just kind of taking a look at them now. You'll have the 5 of Diamonds as a long range for 7 years. That's a lot of change. The 9 of Diamonds as a long range is like a president's number. That's when people climb up the ladder of success, like Bush and Obama are 9 of Diamonds. So you can climb all the way to the top and like hit your, hit your top point, where you get to the highest positions. You're supported by the 8 of Diamonds, which is the infinite money card. That's an awesome influence. You're going to have to watch your health during that time. 6 of Spades is health karma, so what you put in, you get back. So if you put in good, you get that back. If you put in bad stuff, you get that immediately back as well. 4 of Clubs, mental satisfaction. You're displacing, that's good. So that's good. And look, you have in your Jupiter, for the next 7 years after this birthday, of course, you have the King of Spades for 7 years. That's like unbelievable. So that almost guarantees any work success, not even work success, any success you want, but work. And you have the 4 of Diamonds there too, which is financial protection. So I don't think that you should be worrying about, I mean, I know it's easy to say, but you should find a way to get yourself to believe that there is plenty of money out there that people are going to spend on you for your services. You have the 5 of Diamonds as a result, which is making money through changes, making money through traveling, new relationships, new living locations on the horizon. The 7 of Clubs would mean, as a result, would mean that you found a way to have a more spiritual approach to thinking. Actually, what I think when I see this combination a lot, the Queen of Clubs, like, she writes and she publishes and maybe she runs like podcast or video channels, and a lot of times it's about spiritual information. So that's what I see a lot. But yeah, I hope this gives you a good overview, and we'll talk more in person about it.